Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, February 7th. And we are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. So first, quickly recap how we ended. So NQ comes back into balance on the daily. Has a nice price probe. They never took out yesterday's low. They came close to it, but never did. But they're in a 4-day balance. Righty. Still down on the daily. Never took out yesterday's high. They do end 10 wide though, but for now they're still down on the daily. ES and SPY take out yesterday's high, take out yesterday's low, take out yesterday's high, and end with an outside day up. So we're in a 4-day balance on the daily with a very healthy monthly and weekly and an outside day up. Good range, good volume, and just absurd price action. I just want to vent for a minute about a couple of things. First off, we had the Fed announcement and press conference last Wednesday. And the market took off from those single prints, which we haven't filled yet, by the way, and have held. So today, this guy's being interviewed by in an economic forum. Doesn't say anything differently as far as I'm concerned. And if he does, shame on him because he just spoke last week. And before he even opened his mouth at 12:40, G period just ripped up. He had literally just sat down, I think, because if you look at a 1-minute chart, it starts at 12:41. Now, whether a prepared text statement came out from him first or not, this is just absurd. But what makes it even more interesting, it was going to be one of the largest set of single prints I've seen in a long time. Instead, we take it all back in H. We had 2 sets of single prints, D and G, and then make a new low on the day in I, only to go back up and price probe to the upside. Emotional, nonsensical, non-thinkers, mindless machines, uneducated traders, you name it. That's who you traded against today. If you're not comfortable with it, stay the hell out of it. Okay? Now, I actually took a couple small ones. This is how I'm going to... Look, KL&M kind of got a direction. I didn't do anything in them. But at least they had a kind of direction after things kind of settled down. So if you wanted to take a long to make a new high, I can get it. I get it. But if you made money in GHI and even J, you were fortunate. Plain and simple, you were fortunate. Okay? And I made money in HI and J. I was fortunate in all 3 of them. I'll go over them in a minute. I didn't stay in them long. I'll tell you why I did them. Okay? But like I tell my trading room, we're here for the long haul. So when you can't make rhyme or reason to what the market is doing, stay the hell out of it. I also think it's disgusting how these algorithms are set. Now, again, today was an interview. It's a little different, whatever. But all economic data, beige book, rate hike, anything, everything and anything should be out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. His press conference on Fed Day could be at 8:45 to 9:30, right before the regular trading hours open. There is no reason for any economic number to come out after 8:30 Eastern Time. Okay? Because this has totally taken away from what trading really is. Now, a lot of people are going to call me an idiot, and I love this. Good for you. To you, I say, you're not a trader. You're a gambler, and you're lucky. And you're also probably a bullshit artist. Because if 90% of traders lose money on normal days, probably 99.9 lose on a day like today. So whether you're trading funded accounts like Apex or you're trading your own money, the majority are getting crushed. Okay, you'll not see that on Twitter. They'll be pounding their chest. I had a great trade in G, but they're not going to tell you they gave it all back and thousands more in H and I. So that's the problem with FOMO. Stop looking at anybody else. Who cares? I tell my trading room, I hope they all make more money than me. I don't care. I'm not in competition with them or you or this one. I'm in competition with myself. I only care about bettering myself. And I think a lot of traders lose sight of that because they feel if they sat on their hands from G period on today, they're going to feel like a failure and say, oh my goodness, look at the moves we had. Look at the money I could have made. Well, I'll tell you what. You should rather sit on the sidelines and feel like a failure than the thousands upon thousands of traders who lost thousands and thousands of dollars and are failures today, P&L wise. So when you feel bad about not taking a trade if you didn't, think about the other side of that, okay? And don't believe the ones who are all bragging how they crushed it. So again, you worry about yourself. You're in competition with yourself. And as far as all these, anything that comes out, most traders probably disagree with me, but I'd rather see them all out of the way so I could take actual market-generated information and make sense out of it, as opposed to what they did to it today for the most part. Both IBs, both overnights. I mean, it got a little readable towards the end, but I wasn't going to do anything there. As far as my trades, I took a short in D period today. I took a 4 lot. I did okay on 2. I lost on 2. But I ended up, actually, wait, let me rephrase that. I didn't do anything A, B, or C. There's nothing to do for me. I saw nothing that interested me. In D and E, I had 7 lots worth of shorts between D and E. I made money on 5 of them, lost on 2. Okay? Then in G period, I actually took a short prior to this exploding and made money on it. A 2 lot I made 4 points on. Now, no, I'm sorry. That was before it exploded. That was after it exploded. That was one I took. I'm trying to think exactly what price point I took that at. Oh, it was around the 50 level. I'm like, it was getting up to around the 50 level. Let's see if that's a level that it holds. And it pulled back 4 points right away. I'm sorry. That's when I took that. Then in H period, it came in, held the single prints, held the 144. I took a 2 lot, only got 3 points out of it on the upside. I said, I'm not feeling this anymore on the long side. Then when it started coming back again, I was like, I don't think these single prints are going to hold. I took a 5 lot to go and fill. I shorted 35 and took them off at 30. So I was very happy with that on a 5 lot in H period to fill the single prints. Should have held some. And then in J period, I took 1 short against half back. I think I made just under 2 points on. I'm like, what am I doing here? This thing's trying to go higher. Took it off for 1.5 points, and that was it. So I had a good day. I generally don't trade when this market is acting like it does in G, H, and I. But I took those trades for the reasons I just gave. But again, I'm fortunate. Let's be honest. The way this market was moving, yeah, okay, I took in a short in G because I thought we were going to hold 50. Well, I think I got them at 53 and I took them back at 49. But then right after that, it ripped higher. Same on the long. I took the long because it held the 144. I made 3 points. But then guess what? It flushed. The only one I could say I really had conviction on is the 5 lot when it started really coming in, and I took the short at 35 saying they're going to at least fill the singles. So again, I consider myself fortunate. I'm not patting myself on the back or anything like that. For the earlier trades, I will, because I think that was based on market-generated information. Now, this was 2 to a point, but it was totally erratic. When these algorithms are agitated and frisky, man, you're at their mercy. I can tell you that. As far as destinations, upside, SPY, 416.49, today's high, 416.97, daily high, 418.31, weekly high. Downside, price probe, G's high, 415.16, today's low of 407.57. So we're about $7 basically from today's low. And then the single prints from last Wednesday that have held 407.56 to 406.43. ES, upside, 82.25, and then 94. On the downside, price probe of 75. Today's low of 98.25. Single prints, 98 to 89.75. And then just quickly on the chart, because this ran a little longer with my venting. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Monthly is still up. Now, that's another thing. Early today, we dipped down to last month's high but held it. Then when we came and made a new low on the day, we got below it, but spent no time below last month's high at all and then rallied off it. So for now, the inside month up is still very, very healthy. We closed $7 above it. That's after dipping below it in whatever time frame we made our low in. I period. So what has the market been trying to do? Go up. So after all these mindless machines and uneducated traders just rip it all over the place, it resumed doing what it was doing. So the monthly is up, inside month up. The weekly is firmly up. And the daily is now in a 4-day balance with an outside day up. We took out yesterday's low, yesterday's high, and closed above it. The 20 continues to move up now. We're at 401.95, and volume right now just about 90 million. So we're going to be doing in the 90s, so it's going to be one of our highest volumes so far of the year. Hope you survived today's craziness. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.